بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الأربعين النووية. Explanation of Imam An-Nawawi's 40 Hadith. Explanation by Shaykh Al-Fawzan Hafidahullah. Hadith 6. حديث السادس. عن عبد الله النعمان بن بشير رضي الله عنهما قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إن الحلال بين وإن الحرام بين وبينهما أمور متشابهات لا يعلمون كثير من الناس فمن تقى شبهات استبرأ لدينه وإرضه ومن وقع في شبهات وقع في الحرام كالراعي يرعى حول الهمة يوشك أن يرتع فيه. ألا وإن لكل مالك همة وأين همم ألا وإن هم الله محارمه ألا وإن في الجسد المضغة إذا سلت سلها جسد كله وإذا فسد جسد كله ألا وهي القلب. رواه البخاري ومسلم. حديث 6. أبو عبد الله Nu'man bin Bashir, may Allah be pleased with them both, said, I heard Allah's Messenger ﷺ saying, certainly that which is lawful is clear and that which is unlawful is clear, but between these are ambiguous matters not known by many of the people. So the one who refrains from the ambiguous matters has protected his religion and honor, but anyone who gets into the ambiguous matters soon gets caught in the unlawful ones, like the shepherd who passes around the sanctuary. He soon grazes into it. Listen, every sovereign has his sanctuary, and certainly Allah's sanctuary are his prohibitions. Pay attention. The body has a morsel of flesh. When it's upright, all of the body is upright. When it's corrupted, all of the body is corrupted, and that is the heart, collected by Al-Bukhari and Muslim. Explanation by Shaykh Al-Fawzan Hafidahullah. Nu'man bin Bashir radiallahu anhuma, himself and his father Bashir bin Amr al-Ashari are both companions. He said, I heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, certainly which is lawful is clear and that which is unlawful is clear. What is lawful is clear from what Allah the Exalted clearly stated in the Quran as been lawful, or what he sallallahu alayhi wasallam clearly states, as in his saying, Uhilla lakum bahimatul an'am, lawful to you who are all the beasts of cattle. Al-Ma'idah, Ayah 1. Allah the Mighty and Sublime clearly stated the lawfulness of the beast of cattle, and they are camel, cows, sheep, and what comes from it. And as in his saying, وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ, whereas Allah has permitted trading. Al-Baqarah 275. Thus trading is permissible as long as it has not included uncertainty or deception or swindle. It is from the best means of earning. So whatever Allah the Mighty and Sublime expressly state as lawful, one should take it without fear. He said, and that which is unlawful is clear. That is what Allah and His Messenger expressly declared to be unlawful. For example, He is saying, حرمت عليكم الميتة والدم واللحم الخنزير وما أهل لغير الله به. Forbidden to you food are al-maytata, the dead animals, cattle, beasts not slaughtered, blood, the flesh of swine, and the meat of that which has been slaughtered while pronouncing the name of others than Allah. Al-Ma'idah 3. And he's saying, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ, and not kill anyone which Allah has forbidden except for a just cause. Al-Isra, Ayah 33. It follows that Allah has prohibited taking innocent souls without a just cause. He, the Exalted, also said, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا إِنَّهُ كَانَ فَاحِشَةً وَسَاءَ سَبِيلًا, and came not near to the unlawful sexual intercourse. Verily, it is transgression of limits and an evil way. Al-Isra 32. He said, come not near it, that is, abstain from it and abstain from whatever leads to it, such as gazing being seclusion with strange people from the opposite sex. Allah the Exalted also said, وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَمَ ribo. Whereas Allah has permitted trading and forbidden usury. Al-Baqarah 275. So it clearly states the prohibition of usury. Therefore, whatever Allah or His Messenger ﷺ expressly declares as permissible is taken, and whatever they declare as prohibited must be eschewed. And there is no place for hesitation except for the one with perversion and delusion in his heart. He said, but within these are ambiguous matters. That is, these are ambiguous matters between the lawful and the unlawful, which are not easily figured out to be from the lawful or the prohibited. This is because the evidence regarding them could be pulled in different directions. Some show that they are lawful, and others show that they are unlawful. The scholars differ about it. Some rule for its permissibility, and others rule it being prohibited, because each of them give preponderance to certain aspect of the evidences. So this is ambiguous. It is not easily figured out whether it is lawful or prohibited. Such thing will be left out of caution and avoidance until the matter becomes clear. If it becomes clear in the end that is prohibited, then it certainly eschewed. But if it becomes clear that is permitted, then it is taken. However, whatever is not clear is considered ambiguous. Caution and abstention requires that such is avoided. He said, not known by many of the people, because the majority of the people are ignorant. They do not know the methods of legal deductions, giving preponderance to evidence and the forms of evidence and evidencing. So he's saying, it's evidence that only few of the people know them, and there are those well grounded in knowledge. They know whether these ambiguous matters are from the permissible or prohibited matters, and that is through what Allah has bestowed on them of knowledge and understanding. The knowledge of the foundations of evidencing and giving preponderance to evidences. Therefore, it becomes clear to any one of them that a thing is lawful. He acts upon it, and to whoever it becomes clear that it is prohibited, he refrains from it, and to whoever the matter appears ambiguous, he abstains from it. This is the correct position regarding ambiguous matters. Consequently, he ﷺ said, so whoever refrains from the ambiguous matters, that is, who places a shield between himself and the matter by abstaining, he has protected his religion and honor. That is, he has guarded his religion from being touched by the prohibited, and has safeguarded his honor from being blemished by the people. Whoever refrains from ambiguous matters will attain these two traits: possession of religion, that is its purity and safety; sound reputation. These two great attributes will require that one is not hasty in their affairs until they really become clear. If he sees people differing about it, this gives the verdict that it is lawful, and the other rules that is prohibited. He posed refrains from it because the difference of opinion on the matter is evident. It is ambiguous. He said, but anyone who gets into the ambiguous matters soon gets caught in the unlawful ones. If you are mild with ambiguous matters and act upon them, and say as long as there is difference of opinion about them, then they are permissible, it will make you fall in the prohibited matters. This is because if you are indulgent regarding ambiguous matters, you will soon get caught in clearly unlawful matters, and this is very dangerous. So if a person is mild regarding the matters upon which there is difference, he soon ventures into what is prohibited by conscience, and he has left his religion and honor unprotected. This is from the inadequacies of the people nowadays. Some of them will say, as long as there is a difference of opinion on it, there is no blame on me if I act upon any of the positions I choose. We say, no, you should rather find out what is permissible, because this action of yours could make you fall into something prohibited, and will not have protected your religion and honor, while the difference of opinion does not justify your falling into the prohibited. If one wants to pass through a road about which he is not sure whether it is safe and secured from highway robbers or wild animals or not, he avoids it due to his being uncertain about it. and the most probable thing anyway is that it is not safe. This is regarding a worldly affair. How about the matter of the religion, which is even greater? This hadith contains affirmation for abstention and caution, and that it is necessary that one takes to abstention and caution because they are safer for him and more distancing from lapses. Then the Prophet ﷺ gave an illustration of the one who gets into ambiguous matters that he soon gets caught in the unlawful matters. He ﷺ said, like the shepherd, one who tends sheep, who passes around the sanctuary, al-hima sanctuary, something that is consecrated, Na'am. It was the practice of the Arab tribes that they will consecrate a fertile land and no one nears it so that it becomes exclusive to them for their livestock. So when the shepherd pastures his sheep around this sanctuary, he is unable to prevent some of his sheep from entering into that sanctuary. Perhaps one or more will escape into it and he faces the retribution of the owner of the sanctuary. But the clever amongst them is the one who is cautious in his affairs and grazes his herd far away from the sanctuary. Thus, as the shepherd may not be able to prevent his sheep from getting into the sanctuary, so it is that the one may be unable to prevent himself falling into the unlawful if he gets thrown into ambiguous matters. This is a very clear and real illustration which points to the obligation of refraining from ambiguous matters so that one does not get caught in unlawful ones. Then at the end of the hadith, he ﷺ explained what makes a person abstemious and cautious regarding ambiguous matters, and what makes a person indulgent and careless about ambiguous matters. Moreover, such may also be carefree about unlawful matters. He ﷺ said, pay attention, the body has a muscle of flesh. When it is upright, all of the body is upright, and when it is corrupted, all of the body is corrupted, and that is the heart. Thus, if the heart is upright, its carrier is cautious about ambiguous matters. Otherwise, if the heart is bereft of uprightness, he will be carefree about ambiguities, and then he will also be carefree about unlawful matters. So the heart is the center point. And so what is the heart? The heart is the flesh, that is the chunk of flesh in the chest by which a person distinguishes between harmful and the beneficial, and between the good and bad. Allah said, فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَى الْأَبْصَارِ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. Verily, it is not the eyes that grow blind, but it is the hearts which are in the breast that grow blind. Al-Hajj, Ayah 46. So when the heart goes blind, man falls into shirk, joining partners with Allah, disbelief and other destructive evils. But if the heart has insight, he abstains from these things. It then follows that the heart forms the center point. He said, pay attention, the body has a muscle of flesh. That is a small piece of flesh. When it's upright, all of the body is upright. It's upright with the fear of Allah and reverence for Him, being conscious of Him and loving Him. And when it is corrupted, it will not revere Allah nor fear Him, and neither will it love Him. As such, the body will be corrupted as well, because the heart rules the body. Thus, if the ruler is upright, the ruled is rectified, and if the ruler is corrupted, the ruled is corrupted. So it is pertinent that the Muslim asks Allah for rectification of his heart, for it is upright, and all of his affairs become upright. And if his heart is corrupted, all of his affairs are corrupted. Thus the Prophet ﷺ will frankly say, Ya muqallib al-qulub wal-absar, thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Aynam. Aywa. Meaning, oh, the one who turns hearts and sights, establish my heart upon your religion. And Aisha radiallahu anha will ask him about that, and he will say, Ya Aisha, wa ma yu'minuni وقلوب العباد بين إصبعين من أصابع الرحمن إنه إذا أراد أن يقلب قلب عبد قلبه. O Aisha, what guarantees me well the hearts of the people are between two of the fingers of the Most Merciful. When He wishes to turn the heart of a servant, He turns it. So the hearts are in Allah's hand, the mighty and sublime. Accordingly, one should beg Allah to guide his heart, and should so abstain from whatever corrupts the heart, because the heart is corrupted by meaningless matters. Sins and conceptions of what is forbidden. Sins in all of its forms corrupt the heart, and conception of what is forbidden. Sins in all its forms corrupt the heart. Gazing at something unlawful, listening to the prohibited, all these corrupt the heart. When a person gazes at the forbidden, his heart becomes corrupted. When he listens to music and musical instrument, his heart becomes corrupted. When he falls into sin, his heart becomes corrupted. When he eats something forbidden, his heart gets corrupted. So one should engage in things by means of which his heart becomes rectified. As for the attainment of the uprightness, that is in Allah's hand, the Mighty.